Assalamu alaikum everyone, and welcome back to Luna Classic video update for Tuesday 4th of October. Now let's see what a little bit of previous recap yesterday of what I said. And this is why we're looking for a 29,000. There could be small possibilities of making a push up, but nope. So what I'm looking forward to is some sort of a descending triangle right there that you're breaking out of, or even one can say that this is like a head and shoulder with the neckline being broken, left shoulder, the head coming in with the right shoulder, right? Looking for this thing to drop down to from there to there. So that's actually going to take you down to 29,761. 790, and it's actually going to good. Okay, so if you're looking to come down, just look where it takes you down to 29,790, and it's actually going to make that evening star. And you can see in the future what happens when you look at the evening star. You can already see that's a cheat sheet for you. You actually continue lower. So yeah, all right, and just like that, it perfectly played out, perfectly, way before it happened, perfectly done. Okay, so we have the evening star. We have confirmed the evening star, especially previously, even before the evening star, like 2 days ago, I talked about the possibility of a shooting star. That is done. Yesterday I talked about coming down to 29,700. We came down absolutely bang on the money, and I told you about the evening star. Absolutely perfect. Want to learn more? Let me tell you, people are enjoying this trading course right here. Everything is out there. It's transparent. You can see all these updates are actually playing out perfectly. If you want to do it for yourself, check this course out. Message me on the Discord. The link is in the description of the video, not Discord, actually Twitter. Message me on Twitter. Username is actually on the video description. All right, so what happens today? Where do we go from here now? Okay, is this finally the time to actually say that we're looking for that drop down to 13,000? It's still in play. Actually, it's not invalidated. Okay, it's not invalidated, because what you have here, let me tell you, what you have here is nothing more than the bear flag, and you broke out of the bear flag and you're still under that resistance. Okay, simple. The trend line, we talked about the trend line before, and if you take the technical target out of there, from there to there, we are still on a technical journey to go down to 13,700, which takes you nearly 14,000. Now, I'm not saying you can never go up, and I told you so many times that we need to at least break that neckline. All you did is always, you can still go back up again here to 36,000, and you could still be under the neckline, and in the future still go down. Okay, so the trend line is something weird. Okay, you can go up, come down, go up, come down, but notice how you're going to be making a rising wedge from here, and then boom, push to the downside, if that is something that is going to play out in the future. But at the moment, I don't see anything like that. Some people are saying there's an inverse head and shoulder. So let's entertain that idea as well, of an inverse head and shoulder. So let's do the inverse head and shoulder scenario as well, because why not? I'm not, if there's anything on the charts, it's my responsibility to actually bring it to your notice. But in my opinion, Luna Classic is not gonna go upside as far as you're under that neckline. But if you remove this trend line for a moment, and you talk about this being the left shoulder, the head here, and the right shoulder, and now this head is a little bit not a very good candidate or a contestant for a head and shoulder, inverse head and shoulder. But anyway, let's say it was an inverse head and shoulder, so that's going to be a neckline right over there. You still need to come above this line here, which is 36,000, break 36,000, go to 41, backtest 36,000, and the technical target above it is going to be the following. So from there to there, we might be looking for a push to the upside to 62,000, which is actually pretty amazing, isn't it? That's actually going to be like, from there to there, you're looking for a nice 74% move to the upside, and in my opinion, you're going to continue even higher to 84,000. Okay, but at the moment, that's the scenario that you have for the inverse head and shoulder. If it happens, maybe try to take a trade. You can get lucky. I'm going to try to maybe place an order, but for me, I really love to buy blood. I really love to buy when it's down, it's really down, 70% discounts, 80% discounts. That's the kind of purchases I love, because they're less risky, other than buying in the middle of nowhere where you don't even know if you're still going to continue. As a matter of fact, now you're putting in an evening star, and you do know that this is a bearish pattern and it can actually continue to go even lower and lower and lower. Now, one thing is very, very clear out of this evening star. We need to get above the evening star, which is actually 37,000. So, but it doesn't really matter, you know, that's just one side of the story. The biggest elephant in the room, because even this was 3-line strike and you still invalidated it, but the problem is that you have a trend line that you have to, you know, take care of. Now, technical analysis is a lot of things, you know, it's a lot of checking. You have to see when are you going to flip upside, when are you going to flip to the downside. And I've already showed you that if that is an inverse head and shoulder, we need to get above 36,000 and back test 36,000. Boom, you go up to 62,000. So if that happens, probably I'm going to make an update and say, hey, you know, the view has changed. Maybe we could get lucky here. That's 70% move to the upside. Amazing, you know. But as long as you have something like this on the daily, it's going to be really, really hard. And one last thing before I close the video is the weekly as well. So let's look at the weekly, and we do have a very positive sign right over here, which is actually a bullish engulfing candlestick. So if you're going to actually move even lower, now let's say, because in here, this is the gray area. I would just like to say you are in the middle of a gray area. It's black and white. You don't know if it's black, you don't know if it's white, okay? That's the meaning of the gray area. So there's not any clear color right now. You don't know what's going to happen from here. You do have resistance. On the weekly, you do have some bullish candlesticks. On the daily, you're under resistance. You're making an evening star. So a lot of confusion. There's no any clear direction. Do you want to trade something like that? Probably not. So in my opinion, to continue lower to 13,000, I'm going to get way more confident that you're coming to 13 or 14,000. Once you come down below 18,000, if you take the lowest part of that bullish engulfing, because that's nonetheless, it's still a bullish pattern, right? That's on the weekly is still a very bullish pattern, but on the daily you're getting rejected here. But keep in mind, this bullish pattern can flip into a bearish one this week alone. And that, what I mean by that is that if you continue sideways for the whole week, for the next 5 days, and you close nearly at 28,000, then you're going to be putting something in known as a bearish Harami candlestick pattern. And let me show you how that looks like, just as I showed you, you know, the evening star. There are some few scenarios. I just want to go through this one with you. So let's talk about the bearish Harami candlestick pattern. Of course, you want to learn more. Here's a technical course, you know, in detail, all the details broken up piece by piece, okay, for 6 years of experience that I have out there. Now, this is the one that I'm talking about. So you take that huge green candle, and next to it, you're going to see, you know, that one red candle next to it. So if you do something like this, you can see on the weekly right there, that's going to be negative, pretty negative, and you're going to be looking to actually drop down next week. And let's say this week you'd make a doji like that, and next week you drop down, and that's the three of them is going to be another evening star, okay? And from there, it's going to be an easy peasy, you know, look to drop to the downside. It's going to be way more possible to actually drop down. Now, these are all bearish scenarios, I told you, okay? So it's just because I'm saying it doesn't really mean it's going to happen, but we really need to see the trend line again, the trend line being broken. But if this week alone you try to go down like this, you know, back down to 18,000 in the next 5 days, then you're going to be putting in a bearish engulfing as well. So let's look at that. Before bearish engulfing, I just want to show you the bullish engulfing as well, because that's quite important. So you can see that these are the type of candles that we're talking about, okay? So we have this one right here. So that's bullish engulfing, the one that you're currently looking now at, look for Luna Classic. This one right over here is a bullish engulfing, okay? And it's in play actually, okay? So it means that we really need to come to the lowest part of the bullish engulfing to continue lower. So as long as you're above 18,000, that's amazing, okay? And the last scenario is that if this week alone you do come down and take it out, then we might be looking for the opposite, and that's known as the bearish engulfing, something like this, okay? So you do have that one big green candle, and next to it the big red candle next to it. So is this gonna be a bearish Harami this week? Is this gonna be a bullish engulfing, or are we gonna break above the trend line to continue higher and play the inverse head and shoulder? Big huge question mark right there. All right, so we have to get our answers in the next 5 days as well. And that's pretty much it for this update on Luna Classic. I'm going to see you the next one. Allah Hafiz.